Welcome back to Skyrim for seniors. And I have decided on my course of action, and it involves going to Whiterun and speaking with a lady. I think she's a priestess. I think that's what she is.
Battleborn, give me your money.
I don't have any money.
You better give me 5 seconds right now or I'm gonna bloody...
Now, walk among the stars!
How do you feel? I think you might be sick.
Oh, really? Whitbane. Wonderful.
I feel better already.
Welcome, child. Indeed. The temple here in the city is my charge. The goddess's divine blessings have no doubt helped make Whiterun a thriving and prosperous city. After all, it is she who brings rain to our crops and fair weather on the harvest days.
My body burns.
He's so great.
Has the Stormcloak uprising affected your duties?
Somewhat, yes. At first it seemed a distant thing, heard only in the idle speech of guards and traders. When the wounded soldiers began to return from battle, I did what I could to help them. As more of the sick and injured came to the temple, my work as a healer became more important than my duties as a priestess. I wish only an end to the fighting, so that I can tend to the temple once more.
Tell me about this temple.
This is the Temple of Kinareth. The Gildegreen outside was planted as a seedling in the early years of Whiterun. Disciples of Kinareth could sense something holy in it, and traveled far to hear the winds of the goddess in its branches. Of course, not as many pilgrims these days.
What's so special about this tree?
To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo.
Is there any way to revive the tree?
I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal.
What kind of weapon would work then?
Eldergleam is older than metal, from a time before men or elves. To even affect it, you have to tap into the old magic. You'll have to deal with the Hagravens. I've heard about a weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself.
I'll get Nettlebane for you.
Your spirit is strong. Kinareth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
Okay.
So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy Hagravens yet?
And there it is, friend. Out.
Retrieve Nettlebane. Orphan Rock. Riverwood. Helgen. Well, over here to the right, or at least a couple are. Now that was a weird shot. Where are those red dots coming from? Over there. And the reticule closes. Gold steel plate armor. The helmet's worth taking. Yeah, I missed them a couple times. Back in Helgen. What a mess.
Is someone there?
I see some people walking around out there. Oh, wow, great. I found a place to shoot them from. Wonderful, look at that. Okay, slick. That is always such a slick move. Alright, anybody else? There's the chopping block. So, from the chopping block, I was here. I got up, and I ran over here. I ran inside right there. I turned around, and what's his name? The head of the Stormcloak Rebellion was right there. Okay, so they've cleaned this up. They've cleaned this out.
Huh?
You're not Stormcloaks, you're just bandits. But then I came up to this window. And I jumped through. And mead with juniper berries. Do you remember the fella that was slated to die? And he said that he was from Helgen. He was sweet on a girl from Helgen. And that she made mead flavored with juniper berries. And there it is. And just to make my job a little easier, I'm going to fast travel over those piles of junk and wind up outside Helgen. I think this road is the right road. I think. Run away, Burr Fox. Of course, it's starting to snow. Of course it is. It's Skyrim after all. No, we're not going to get an autosave. Let's see if we can stay off the beaten path. Perhaps not be immediately seen. Now, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but in the background, there's one of our witches. You can hear a blacksmith pounding in the background. That's because there is I apologize for that indignity, young lady. Ah, there she is. There's your cohort right over there. And there is her. Here she comes.
Mind's playing tricks on me.
And I.
Mind's playing tricks on me.
Wow. Now that was lucked out, seeing her like that. I believe that's it. 4 witches and the hag. I believe that's it. Hag just being short for the hag raven. I mean, no disrespect. The hag ravens are terrible, horrible, and I mean those in a positive way. They're formidable foes. If you let them toss fireballs at you, you do not want them to get started. You want to kill them before they get an opportunity to crank up their fireballs. There's Nettlebane. Okay. Spriggan. Okay, that ought to do it.
So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy hag ravens yet?
Yes, I've found Nettledane for you.
The fever.
Oh,
My body.
well, I honestly didn't expect you to come back. Of course, I'm glad you did. Now, I don't really want to touch that thing, though. Do you think you could handle the next steps?
What needs to be done, Danica?
So
Elderglin Sanctuary Grove is to the east of here. You can use Nettlebane to retrieve some of its sap.
So you don't want to touch the thing. So basically you don't want to get your hands dirty is what it amounts to. Yes, well, that's a pretty standard story for Marines have heard that story before. Well, we could go to Steam Crag Camp or Mixwater Mill. Either way, we have to trek cross country to get to, let's start over here at Mixwater Mill. (6:24 p.m.) Let's see if the chickens have been at work. Yes, they have. Look at this. We'll wind up with 6 chicken legs. And there we go. There it is. And we can come down here and wait till morning by sleeping. 12, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we'll go ahead and wait till 8. I'm going to have some caffeine while we're waiting to sleep. Stop talking. That was about 1/3 of a liter. Okay. At some point, we're going to have to come back and clean out this place. There's always a dragon flying around here because there's Bone Strewn Crest, which is a dragon lair, and also a word wall is up there. We haven't been up there yet to see it, but there is a word wall up there. And I don't really want to. I'm not really interested in tangling with those giants right now. I mean, not that I'm worried about tangling with them, what I like to do is keep my quests, what would you call it, singular, if you will. I don't mind running into the beast of the field, so to speak. But I'm not big on tangling my quest up with multiple locations. I explained at length early on in the first few episodes. The episodes, I think, that keep people away, that manage to keep me by myself, happy in my solitude. Whoa, look at that. I think that's so attractive. I like that. My first introductory episodes are apparently so awful. Whoa. But they managed to keep everyone away, which is just fine with me. Because I sort of wondered what I was going to do. I mean, I told myself what I was going to do about comments, which was just ignore them. Pay no attention, not read them. But I am human, and I wasn't sure that I could actually stick to that. And I was pretty sure I was going to get my feelings hurt and do all the normal human sort of stuff. Ooh, look. Cool, and there's two of them. Look at that. I just love doing this stuff. Okay, where am I supposed to be? Over there somewhere. Okay. Right. Alright, over here, over there. Got more creep cluster. How do we get up there? Maybe here. No, there we go. Nothing up here. Okay. But there's something there. But apparently I am so thoroughly either boring or off-putting that the very, very few people, and only, and I think I know everybody who's bothered to watch. You know, Thea watched 2 or 3, and she has no interest in watching because she knows me, so she has no interest in watching mine. She pretty much knows what I'm going to say. I mean, she's known me her whole life. I mean, I was in the car when we brought her back from the hospital, so and well, we got some blue butterflies. They're sort of up there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, how about that? Oh, it's right there. Let's wander down this path and see what happens. I don't suppose I should shoot him.
Hello there, friend. Come to enjoy the sights and sounds of this beautiful sanctuary as I have. Truly remarkable.
Go away. Okay. I think we'll call it quits here, and then we'll come back and finish this up in the next episode.